Good morning, you guys. Just cleaning up a little mess that happened here. My creamer wasn't closed all the way, and I shook it, and it squirted. Some of it got out all over the floor and everything. So I'm up early. I went to sleep kind of early for me yesterday, so that's why. I got back. I went to Aldi. I went to Taco Bell. Had a Mexican pizza. It was good. I haven't had one of those in a while. The last time they were sold out. That was like a few months ago. It was good, but the thing that I liked better, I had the grilled stuffed burrito with the steak in it. It was good. Like I highly recommend it, but it's kind of spicy. Um, but anyway, you guys. So um, I had my doctor's appointment yesterday. Um, with my doctor, and I guess I must be doing better in her opinion because I she wants to see me again in January. I guess I'm. She told me I was like teasing. I was like, "Why? Is it you don't want to see me no more?" And she's like, "No, it's because she's like these past visits was every month, every so many weeks, and it was because I was now I've been put on to where I'm just a regular patient now. I was in, I guess, the emergency one before, where it was like a critical case situation thing, where we watch her and see how she does and how it's going. And I guess they base on just how you're doing in the visits and just what you're saying on the questionnaire thing, and you know how things are working with the medication and what you want to do now and where you're at now. And she asked me, she said, like, because I was just telling her, yeah, I'm feeling like I'm in a better place, this and that. I still have things I have to deal with and worry about, but, I'm not, they're not like dominating my mind all the time anymore. Kind of like, so basically, I'm not sweating the small stuff, um, as much anymore. So, um, I told her, like, hold on, you guys, I want to go wash my hands because this stuff was all sticky and it's real nasty. It's nasty. Um, so that was good to hear, because now, like, I guess it's like when you have your, um, you know how when you have like a surgery, for example, and at first they want to see you so many weeks after, and then they want to see you, you know, a month after, 2 months after, 3 months, it was like that. And then like you just stop, you don't see them no more. So, but I think because I'm still on medication, like, and then I'm still kind of like, you know, being treated, so to speak. Like I'm not like totally just not, seeing her anymore, but it's just less frequent. So I'm like, oh, okay, But then that brings me to my other thing. At work, um, next month is open enrollment, so I've been mentally like toying with the idea of switching to a different plan. I don't know, you guys. I got into it with my dad over it like a few months ago, but the way, like, I didn't like the way I handled the phone call, but it was just like it just was so frustrating because it's like he always acts like you're not that you he always acts like the person doesn't know what's going on. Like the person doesn't know what they're talking. Like oh, they told you that? That's not how it works. That's like, and you're like, well, that's literally what they're telling me. Like, what, you know? And I just was so frustrated, and I just called, just to leave me alone, to call me. And like, yeah, it's my dad. I was just so mad I did that. I was so mad at myself. And those are the kind of things that I'm glad, in a way, like the meds have helped me kind of just see more clarity that, that's not mature. That's not how you handle it. Um, but it's just because things like that, like I said yesterday, it's like sometimes you're just discussing it, and he's always in that mode, like with everyone, that he's telling you what you need to do, what you should be doing, and like, why aren't you doing this? Because they shouldn't. It's like never the company effing up or Kaiser being weird or nothing. It's just always you're not dealing with it the way. But then when things similar happen to him, like when he was here, the little few weeks before he went, he flew wherever. He has some instances where, yeah, it's the same thing. Like they told him one thing on the phone, but then when you get there, they're like, oh, blah blah blah, we don't do that anymore, blah. And it's like my mom always said, he thinks everything is like Andy Griffith, 1965, small town USA, and it's like no, because that's like kind of where he was from. And it's like these are businesses now. These aren't like they have things like he thinks he could go in, for example, the pharmacy and refill all 8 of his like pills that he needs, and you know how Kaiser's 90-day supplies, so all his pills, and then he also needs a thing on him where they talk, so that takes longer. And instead of calling and everything, it was worse, you guys, when I was driving, because I had to go, like, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't call ahead of time. He would say, well, they don't know. He acts like in person, it's different. While they have access to the same thing you have access to on KP.org. So they just have a little more because of your coverage and all that. But it was so frustrating. And it's like, so, but that's different. My thing is, I have different needs, than him. And it's like when I had ACA/Obamacare, whatever it was, before I was working, I had a private doctor, and he would just, if I went in, it was like they would give me the referrals to go where I needed to go, unless it was something that they had to, that they could like do there. But the only problem also with that, though, doing it that way, is they don't always give him the information and stuff. They weren't always giving him like what was going on at their offices. So it's like, oh yeah, your patient come, because he was my main doctor. So you know how your main doctor gets like the money from the insurance for maintaining you as a patient. He was the main doctor, so he's the one who has to keep track of all your things. But if you're going to pain doctor for this, gynecologist for that, this, then they're like, he doesn't know unless he's in contact with them. So it's like that's the only reason why Kaiser is a little better, because it's like they have access to all your things. But, and like I said, we grew up having that, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it just seemed different before with the other one, and I was thinking of going to Blue Shield Blue Cross. Again, I'm thinking about it. I don't know, because that would mean like just switching over and everything. But yeah, like I said, open enrollment's next month, so I'm thinking about it. And if I do that, yeah, I would have to see different doctors now and all that again. I guess as far as regular doctors, it wouldn't matter, but I do like the one, this doctor I seen yesterday for the other thing. But it's like, I don't know, you guys. I'm thinking about it, but, because I'm tired of people saying, like, online that they have whatever insurance and they're only paying XYZ and they work for that same freaking company. And I know, okay, I get with the prescriptions, Kaiser does 30-day supply. Or 90-day supply. So it's gonna be more than it would be if you just went every month, which I hated that with Medi-Cal because you could only get your prescriptions every 30 days. So it was like you had to always be in the pharmacy, and like at Rite Aid, they knew me because I was always there. Like I was always at Rite Aid. They were like, Jocelyn, like this night, and then they had to all move because that Rite Aid closed, so they all had to move to pharmacies in these stores around here, and they still were like, that's how frequent I was in there, you know. So I kind of like how Kaiser does that, but I don't know. I'm just thinking about it because like I was trying to explain to my dad, it's different. Like you're not the same as me as far as the stuff I need done. I need to have like, it just like I said, I'm not gonna make no decisions until the 5th because the 5th is when I see my regular doctor. But if I feel like it's just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do and this is all we can do for you kind of thing, I'm just gonna have to switch to someone who these other doctors who, I feel like, yeah, they're still governed by ADA and all that. They still can't just give you whatever you want all the time. But I'm saying the regular doctors the private doctors are more flexible. Like they're more like, okay, yeah, we'll try to get you this. We'll try to get you this painkiller, as long as they authorize it with your thing. And I feel like Kaiser's just like, well, we only do this, and blah, blah, blah. But I know a pain doctor can go beyond that. And I don't know. I'm going to ask my mom, too, today, like, how, if she had experience with pain doctors at Kaiser. I don't know. She's never mentioned anything. But I'm going to see. Otherwise, I don't feel good about I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing like I'm in a few support groups for my sciatica and my knee thing and all that, and the people are like, yeah, does anyone who's using tramadol, and I'm like, so they're still clearly prescribing them, out there. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to like see what's going on because they're not giving me anything. They're giving me meloxicam. Just like my mom was telling me yesterday, she was asking me about the sciatica thing again because she has it in both her legs right now and her back. She's like, what do they use? I said, you have to, first and foremost, you have to go get an injection. Okay, like, you have to do it because that's the only way it's going to stop for right now. I sent her some exercises for seniors that they can do in bed for the time being. But you have to get an injection because if you don't, it's just going to keep feeling that way until it's, until it's just stops on its own. And she was asking where they inject it and all that. And I was describing it. And I was like, it's not that bad. It does work, but it also depends on how severe the case is at the time. But I was like, when I was at Pomona Valley Hospital that time, and then another one before that, they gave me an injection, but they also gave me painkillers. They didn't just give me the injection and then like some over-the-counter cream or whatever, and so it's like she was telling me, yeah, and then they gave me something called meloxicam. I was like, what? You too? Like, because my friend had told me they give everybody that now. I'm like, meloxicam sucks. Like, it's freaking Aleve and Tylenol or whatever mixed up with, it's the same level as those, but a little higher, And these doctors be swearing. They be like freaking dead AZZ. Oh, I got something better for you than Aleve. And I'm like, okay, great. It's gonna be like tramadol or something. No, meloxicam. I'm like, take that and shove it up somewhere, doctor. Like, it's just, I can't, you guys. Because I thought they were just doing the younger people like that, but no. They're doing seniors and everybody like that with these payments. They want you to literally be wheeled up in there, leg up in the slant, half just like this, before they give you any semblance of a freaking narcotic painkiller. Okay? And I'm telling you, I'm scared because if I have an actual killer flare up, I'm asked out with Kaiser. I just don't trust them. Well, I mean, yeah, they'll give me the injection like I said, but I want something stronger than that to take when I'm at home. Because otherwise, don't be giving side eye when the person's like, well, yeah, I gotta hit my green, my Brittany Grimes, Just kidding. She got caught with the stuff that is legal here in California. Stizzy. So, that's what, I'm not saying anything about her case right now, but that's what I was using. But yeah, you can't use it at work. So it's like, you wait until after, or, you know, it's not always the best choice either, depending on, but if it's that bad, it's like, one time I took it here, like, I was here, and they didn't know at the time. I hadn't told my dad anything about it yet. I was just like still experimenting with it. So I was like, let me see how the Stizzy works, and let me see how the I took the Stizzy. I took like 3 hits of it, and then I took the drops, and then I put some like kind of thing on my knee, some kind of roll-on CBD type stuff. And you guys, I was like, oh, just faded out of it. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just like, and then so, yeah, you got to be careful, because if you really don't know what you're doing, I mean, they're not gonna buy that excuse. They're gonna be like, well, you're clearly under something, right now. But that's the only plan B. But if that becomes the case, then I might have to get me a card then. Because the cards give you a little more, they do give you access to, like, this ground stuff is kind of sticky. The the cards give you access to some things that are stronger, from what I've seen on Weed Maps. So we'll see. And all I gotta do is go and find me, not necessarily a Dr. Kevorkian type, but I gotta find me like a just dude that's like, just come in and we'll examine your knee, and then we'll give it to you. They used to be $50, but Conrad Murray, whoever type, I don't know, but there's always doctors that'll do it. Oh my god, I don't know what this stuff is. So yeah, you guys. But anyway, I'm still debating if I'm gonna do laundry today. Laundry, and then I'm waiting for my I just looked on my Fidelity thing, and it was saying it showed the same amount yesterday. I was like, what? What's going on? I thought they approved it, or I thought they said, and it says approved in the corner, but it said it takes 2 days to process, and then I thought it was 2 days to get here. It's 2 days to process. And then they send it out. It's going to be here on the 28th or 29th. 29th, I think. So tomorrow. And they were like, so I forget what I was saying. Someone was trying to say, you guys doing that are going to, you're effing up because you're going to pay again at tax time. I'm like, I don't give, okay, right now. I don't. Because at the end of the day, what's they're going to do? Take 100 more from me? Okay, take that out of my refund. I don't care, as long as I have. I said I did it last year with the, I cashed out, and I still got a big refund this year. Yeah, granted, it was a small amount of cashed out, but maybe that was why. But you know what? People gotta do what they gotta do right now, right? So, unless you a CPA after your name, bounce. Okay? People gotta do what they gotta do, and that's their business anyway. Because people be looking for advice, But I just found out also, I was rushing kind of with it. I could have put my direct deposit info on there, and it would have went to my account. Instead of me waiting for a check, and I paid $25 for a rush delivery. It showed it. All I needed, I forgot. I guess I didn't go back to it or whatever. I was like, I could have just got this, put direct deposit in my account. Like, are you serious? Like, So I'm just like, I'm gonna pay attention. If I ever have to do this again, I'm gonna know what to do next time. Because I wasn't really thinking straight. Because they were telling me the work had called and was like, well, because the doctor put, to the 8th, and I'm just like, so now I really gotta do it now. It was just a plan at first, but now for like the past month, but now I'm really gonna do it. I'm just gonna like get it off my thing. And then like I said, I gotta call the worker because something that they said I have a paid leave right now. But I know you don't get paid the first 7 days, so, and it's 60% of your income of your check, so that'll be paid out the week before I go back. So I'm like, all right, now I don't feel as bad about doing the 401k thing because then I have to work another week to get the next one, so it's just like, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going. The sun's coming out. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:47 a.m.
Oh, it's almost time for... Oh, it's Pay Stub Wednesday. But they better have... I only worked so many hours last week because they said I was going to leave. And they said it was overtime hours, but the last time that happened, by the time the stubs came out, what is it called? They fixed it to where it was regular hours. It was the actual regular hours. I was like, oh, okay, because they know, but otherwise I ain't telling them. Just kidding. But they it fixes it in the system or something. So I'm gonna see what happens. They better have my check too, because I took a screenshot of what I worked that day last week. So don't be playing with me, because you never know. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good Wednesday. Bye.